I'm Bianca Resnikov, and we're at the Cape Town Convention Centre to cover the Design Indaba conference. It's fast becoming known as the creative conference of the year, and design thinkers and creative leaders from across the globe have flocked here to share their ideas and to inspire us to use design to make a better world. Our next interview is with Ije Nwokorie. He's MD of London's global branding giant Wolf Olins. What makes a brand memorable and honest?
Doing things that matter to people, of course, make it memorable, but people have short attention spans. So I don't think a brand can do one thing and become memorable. You become memorable by continuously being useful in people's lives.
What is the secret to tapping into the needs of the consumer?
I think most brands only work if people can really connect to them and not just in an intellectual or emotional level, and a really practical and functional level. And people spot perfection and know that that's artificial. If it's airbrushed, if it's unreal, they're not going to believe it. So the more our brands can reflect the reality of people's lives, the more authentic and connected those brands are.
How is technology changing the face of branding?
I think today brands have to be about interaction. So if you think about the dominant technologies of our time, the things people use, things you hold in your hand, things you use for social relationships, and brands are exactly the same way. So I never think that, I think brands are constantly living in the technology environment, technological and cultural environment of the time.
How important is brand consistency in this ever-changing world?
Look, I don't think you can ever achieve consistency of execution, that everything looks the same and that every service point is exactly the same. But what you can do is create an organization that has a culture and values and principles that are shared, and so that at least the intent and the objective of each interaction is the same. And then that really works. And I think that's a better objective anyway than consistency. Because what you want from Nike is different from what I want from Nike. And there's no point blanketing the same experience on you as you have on me. I think the more human we are about these things, the more the human scale, then consistency becomes less important than doing the right thing at the right time.
And what is your advice to young emerging designers?
To continue to find their own expressions and their own attitudes to design, bearing in mind that they've got two big raw materials to work with. An innate ability to solve problems and a rich cultural craftsmanship, but to find the balance between those two things and discover their own language and their own attitude to those.